Welcome to the Eric Thurow Show. My name is Eric Thurow, and here's episode 2. And this week, we're going to touch base on a little bit about the supplement industry and review and information. And one of my key tools I'm using to help continue my surrounding my environment and my motivation to keep my focus on my personal health journey, my lifestyle change, and try to betterment my health from a physical standpoint, from a mental standpoint, from stress, and basically the whole picture of your one's personal body. Is this week we're going to touch on the supplement industry and exercise regimen about the supplement industry. And with that said, this week's guest is Gerhard Hoermann, or better known to everybody as G, the one
G's
scoop,
easier.
yeah, the one scoop guy. All the way he's fired. He's got me doing that stuff now too when I taste new products too. Um, but but basically, yeah. So welcome to the show, G.
Hey, thank you for having me on. Nobody pronounces my name right. It's actually Gerhard Hoermann.
Okay.
I mean, don't worry. No, don't worry about it. I've let people get away with calling me Jared. So
Oh,
it's we just go by G. When I first, you know, Ryan kind of gave me that name because Gerhard, like, yeah, it's different, but people have hard times remembering different names.
yeah.
So eventually, I just said he just started calling me G, and it's easier to remember for a lot of people.
It's nothing but a G thing, baby.
Exactly.
As
Yeah.
somebody from Compton said back in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
So basically let's go ahead and touch base. As you may know, we've communicated, we've been, in touch with each other for quite a while on Instagram and a little bit here and there, and also on your Twitch gaming that you've gone into on the side too, on your side time.
Yeah.
Especially during the COVID stuff and all that stuff that's going on. But anyways, let's go ahead and touch base. How did you first get involved in exercising for yourself, and then and progressing forward to thinking that it could be a future for you?
So the way I got into fitness is basically where we're starting.
Yeah.
So when I was 19, I got arrested. I'll tell you a little bit of story before. I got
Okay.
arrested for underage drinking. And then after that, I'm like, okay, why am I going to wait here in America, wait till I'm 21 when I'm a European citizen? I have a German citizenship. I have an
Yeah.
apartment there. I'm like, you know what? I got drafted by the army there anyway. Let me go over there, enjoy my time, go to school. Maybe it's free. And, I lived there for a couple of years, was, for lack of a better term, a complete degenerate, constantly drinking, partying, smoking, other stuff.
Yeah.
And eventually, that catches up with you. I was broke. I was homeless at a point.
Wow.
I grew some horrible gyno at the time. Um, and, I was very out of shape, very just pale looking. I looked horrible. And when I got back, like I had to beg my parents to buy me a ticket to move back to America, start over. And, I was still doing my thing, having a lot of fun, not really caring. I was young. I was 21 when I moved back. And eventually Jersey Shore came on TV. So I'm watching all these Guidos that they call themselves,
Yeah.
looking great, getting all these. I was like, God damn, I should do that. And then eventually that got me to the gym. And,
Yeah.
after a while, you start to, you stop caring about, just the look. Fitness just became a habit that way over
Yeah.
time. And over that time, you start to look up supplements, protein powders, stuff like that. And I was looking for a new job. I didn't want to work at a grocery store anymore, so I got into GNC. I found a job there. Um, that's where I basically started. I was also an active member on supplementreviews.com. And, so that went on. Eventually, I moved here to San Diego with my parents.
Yeah.
They bought a house out here. And I started working at Sprouts, another vitamin, like in the vitamin department. So I expanded my knowledge there. I learned a lot more there than I ever did at GNC. Not that I have any like
Yeah.
hatred towards GNC.
Yeah.
So
Disclaimer: everything's okay with GNC.
yeah, GNC is good. I still like GNC. I just learned a lot more at Sprouts. It was because it was more like herbal and health based versus
Yeah.
like, oh, here's a pre-workout. And so expanded my knowledge there. I was still on SR for the time, and then uh, eventually I got another job. Had to expand, became a logistics manager. But I was all working out during this time, and that's where my physique downfall went. Because when you're working at Sprouts, you're standing 8 hours a day or so
Yeah.
on a shift. It's a lot easier to stay in shape versus when my commute used to be 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
And that was for years. So it's just, you don't like drive somewhere for an hour and a half, get there like, oh, I can't wait to stand more. No, you get there and you're exhausted.
Yeah, I feel you. I
And,
feel you.
and it's an office job. So
Yeah.
eventually, supplementreviews.com opened a position. I don't know if you know who Drew Peters is. He works for Dragon Pharma now.
Okay. I've
And
heard
it's
of
been
Dragon
several.
Pharma, but not supplement. I haven't heard of Drew Peters, but I've heard of
Oh,
Dragon Pharma. Yes.
yeah. So Drew Peters used to be the VP of content for SR way back,
Okay.
and I've known him forever. He was actually my first real connection in this industry back in like 2011. And I eventually, like, he left long ago, and then a few years later, SR needed to fill his position, and I took that because I was an active member on the site for a long time. And then, of course, SR was sold to another site. The old owner got sick of, dealing with the site. He had to move on, lost
Yeah.
interest. And long story short, the site couldn't afford to pay me anymore due to some algorithm changes.
Okay.
And I wasn't too happy with the new owners anyway. And Ryan wasn't either. Um, Me and Ryan got into kind of had a little bit of back and forth when he did a call out on SR once. And he in that whole debacle there, I proved to him that I was a very trustworthy like person because he pointed out some sketchy things on the site, and I even showed him that it went even deeper, and I was getting paid by the site at the time,
Yeah.
and you know, so uh, he's like, "Wow, you're very honest. If you ever want to work for me, let me know."
Okay, before we go there, before we go any further, before we touch base with your
Yeah.
meeting with Ryan and Fitness Informant FI, how did you get involved in the supplements, and how did you go about researching which supplements, which you could probably still be doing to today,
I'm still
which
doing
supplements
it.
which supplements were right for you when you were first getting started into the fitness and exercise realm?
Back when I started, like the original Jack 3D was still around. NO Explode was a big dog. C4 was just bubbling up. BPI 1MR, I think still had DMAA in it. So back then, like those were the big dogs. I got into supplements. Basically, I started working out. I found out, oh, you have to eat protein post workout. You know, um, you get very obsessive at the beginning. I think everybody should go through that when they start to work out. They should get obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Like focus on the very minute stuff, and then notice, okay, it doesn't matter as much, but make it part of your life. As in terms of getting into supplements, my mom bought me a tub of BSN. I think it was like cookies and cream, their
Huh.
Synthesix. And I
Okay.
started like, oh, okay, protein powder. Okay, what's this? So I started researching all this stuff. And then I found out, if you find out about creatine, all this stuff. And it's overwhelming at first, but I wanted to learn. So eventually I started looking at products on bodybuilding.com, at GNC, and became very interested when I went on supplementreviews.com and people sharing their experiences with products. And so that's what I did. I think the first product I ever reviewed was Vasotropin from Gaspari.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, so I got very interested that way, like taking a product, sharing my experience, and I guess that kind of, in a way, kind of became part of the job over the course of 10
So
years.
yeah, so basically now let's go ahead. You teased up a little bit before I asked this question that you were interacting with Ryan Buckeye, and for those of you watching or listening to this podcast, Ryan Buckeye is the owner and founder of a review company called Fitness Informant, or sometimes known as FI. As you can tell by their logo, it's a big FI, so that way you can recognize it. And you can check them out at fitnessinformant.com and over on YouTube and Instagram. So basically, how did you guys meet Interactive and then leading up to you actually being hired and brought on?
Okay, I did touch on this a little. I was on supplementreviews.com. They got sold to a
Yeah,
company, Roar Ambition, I believe they're called. They have a lot of like questionable reviews on the internet, and they bought the site. Um, and they did some things on the site that weren't good. They actually cut off. Nobody was allowed to review products for a while,
yeah,
and what happened there was the reason some things fell apart there. A couple weeks after the site was officially sold and Roar Ambition owned it, uh, Google had an algorithm change and it cut the traffic in half.
wow,
So like immediately. So they couldn't afford to pay me anymore. And all the work we had done, I had done, went away. Anyway, they did some stuff like they went on some old web pages on there, and there were like some stuff in there that didn't make sense, like that they couldn't explain either. Like, why? How did this random link that would help the SEO on their other like questionable review pages come up? Like, it was kind of like hidden in old blogs that were like 5 years old that nobody had gone to.
Yeah.
And Ryan found that out somehow. I still don't know how. And he did a whole call out article calling out scumbags, all this stuff. I'm like, who's this asshole? And then I had no idea what was going on. When I found out, I looked into it. I fixed it and I found out it went even deeper because he thought they just put the word roar ambition or something in an article. I found out it was an actual link, which can certainly help with SEO or search engine optimization.
Yeah.
And we thought, I fixed it. It was done, and I let Ryan know that it went deeper than that. And he's like, "Wow, you're really honest." So, that's kind of how we met first. Ryan's very good at, if he gets into any drama with someone, like he gets into it with people, but somehow he always makes them their friend. Like him and Apollo Nutrition used to hate each other.
Yeah.
The owner, Robbie, they used to hate each other, and I've always been very neutral, like hands off. But now they seem to be good with each other, friends, even work together. So if there's one talent Ryan has, it's turning enemies into friends eventually.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's how we met. And then eventually, after the SEO got cut in half, they let me go after a couple of weeks. We can't afford you, the little bit I was being paid. And I thought, after okay, I'm out, see ya. I thought I would never work in supplements again. I was working at my dad's adhesive company, and eventually, 5 minutes later, I told Ryan about it, and he's like, "Hey, want to come work for me?" So for 5 minutes, I thought I'd never work with supplements again, and then, yeah, it's my full-time job now. So,
so how you liking it and liking working for Ryan and the perspective, the difference between the supplementreview.com website and your experience there and the experience that you had with Ryan and FI so far?
FI works closer with brands, so it's helped me build more relationships. SR was a part-time job because I was still doing the logistics managing thing for my dad. It was like $15 an hour, just clock in whenever the hell I wanted. I could work for 5 minutes, clock in, do something quickly, clock out. So it's a very, very cool job. But SR was very hands off. Like there was like no partnerships really with brands. So if a brand were to talk to me about their stuff, like, oh, that's cool, I can't help you with anything. SR was difficult to deal with for a lot of brands because you can't edit reviews, you can't contest them, you can only maybe leave a comment. But if a review's on there and it's bad for your product, guess what? Nothing's going to happen. Fitness Informant, also reviews are not paid for, so it's very similar to that. I've never lied on a review.
Yeah.
I've actually lost us a contract or two by being too honest on a review, and Ryan's always been very supportive. Fitness Informant obviously is not going to be my career. I'm not going to be there forever, but it's helped me build relationships. And Ryan's very supportive. He wants me to find new things to work on because I've been with him over a year. It's time for me to, expand, increase my income, things like that.
Yeah.
So
especially living here in California.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Even here in Oceanside, where the cost of living isn't as bad as other places, it's getting there. But even with that, Ryan's been very supportive of helping me grow my network and connections, and there's been opportunities. I can't share anything now, but I have a lot of opportunities because of Fitness Informant. That's the biggest difference from SR. SR, there was no chance of me there was very little chance of me talking to a brand, building relationships. Where FI, we work very closely with brands, and it's certainly, that's the biggest difference there. Obviously, I have more work to do. SR was just database updates and managing communities. We put together the bounty program. The work was at the most 2 hours a day. Fitness Informant, editing videos, recording them, writing articles, following up with brands, keeping in contact with brands, making sure we're up to date on their product launches, building up hype, social media, which is a big part of the job.
Yeah.
It's different in that there's a lot more. It's a lot more interactive, a lot more hands-on.
And speaking of social media, if anybody's interested in following some of the reviews and information that G puts out there, you can follow him on his IG, Fitness Informant VP. So just go ahead and follow him on there, and you can also do Ryan Buckeye as Fitness Informant is the main site there too. And I think he just changed his personal one, to something
Uh,
else.
who did?
Ryan,
Oh yeah, the Nut King.
yeah,
The
Nut
Nut
King.
King.
We'll get into the Nut King and the reason why Nut King for some reason, and his now wife is Fitness Informant, no, Fitness Butter Mama or something like that.
Fit Butters Mama.
Yeah,
Danielle.
yeah, Fit Butters underscore Mama. We'll get into that a little bit, but so basically, what came up to the thing? I don't know if this is supposed to be an inside trade or is this some kind of secret that you could push out there. What's with the the fun of saying every time you get a product, basically a liquid based product or a powder that you make into a liquid, and you review it, and what's with the one sip rule, and then or otherwise you get fired kind of thing. Who came up with that, and what's with the play on that, especially when Ryan does it himself?
I don't know what you're talking about. I always only take one sip. I don't know. Ryan just went with it. I know, like, I think Barstool does like, the one bite pizza reviews. He says one bite, everybody knows the rules quickly, and then he like eats the whole. He eats like multiple slices sometimes.
Yeah,
So I think he just kind of got it from there. It's like an ongoing joke, but I'm going
yeah.
with it. So
I know, I
essentially,
know,
I don't
I
know.
know
I
you're
still don't know what
good.
to talk about.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're with following the rules. I'll give you a clue. Back was it a couple years now? I had a cocktail review channel called Simply
Oh,
Made
really?
Cocktails. So I would get all these cocktails, and I went to trade shows, and I started out with like generic cocktails, like what you will see like at Chili's or at Hooters, some stuff like that, right? Just to get my channel rolling and introduce into the brands. And then as I was transitioning over to the craft cocktails and Hill, learned more of that. I got special snifter glasses called Glencairn, were like $20 a glass that were properly for the way to get the aromas and everything, and put liquid in the spirit, a little bit of water in the spirit to break up the alcohol molecules with the hydrogen from the water, and to break up the aromas and everything. And they said that when you have a product, the very first thing is you don't judge the flavor of the product. Say like a rum. You don't judge the flavor of the rum on your very first sip. You actually have to take a second sip and let your taste buds get familiar with it. The first thing
Okay.
is familiarity is with the first sip, and then again you use yourself used to it, and then the second one is when you can really break it down and get the taste and everything that's in it to break them flavor wise.
I
So
do actually like it, I assume. Would kind of be like, okay, first sip, okay, interesting, and then second sip would probably be like,
yeah,
okay, now is this something I would drink again? Like, do I
yeah,
actually like this?
yeah.
So
So
okay, that's cool. That's
that's the
cool.
alcohol.
But yeah,
That's the alcohol side of things. But we're not talking about alcohol. I've done that. I have
we could.
I have like 142 videos on YouTube. It's still there. The channel's still
Oh,
active and everything.
hey, there you go, guys. Go check out his cocktail reviews.
Yeah, right. So basically, well, I just sidetracked myself.
That's
Um,
good. I'm the king of
so
that.
yeah, what do you think to look forward in the future as far as for the supplement review, and how do you guys look to continue the growth of Fitness Informant?
I mean, Fitness Informant does have a ceiling. A lot of these review channels, like or any of these supplement deal like news sites are going to have a ceiling. You know,
Yeah,
so growth is kind of hard because if it's only like two people, and then the money that's involved, you can only support so much.
yeah,
Not that we're doing bad by any means, but there's only so many people you can support at the same time. Um, Only so many things you can report on. So obviously, I won't be with Fitness Informant forever. That's going to be Ryan's deal in terms of how he wants to grow it, where he thinks it can be. I'm here to support him, which is what I do.
yeah,
In terms of reviews, I won't be doing that forever either. You know, like I said, I have some things coming in the future, which I can't talk about here, obviously, or give any details on. But you know, um, in terms of Fitness Formant right now, we're just gonna. Sorry, I just choked my own spit. We're we're just going to keep trucking along. We have a lot of products coming in all the time. I have a team of reviewers, and they get their free product. They give me an honest review, and I'm going to record it, give you the breakdown, the effectiveness, the mixability, the taste, the value, the profile, of course, which is very important, and let you know how it works. Like how we liked it, how the profile looks, the um, like we talk about the profile a lot, which is usually the biggest part of the review.
Yeah.
The issue with that is like a lot of it's the same. There's no way in hell I'm for my entire life do I want to be saying, oh, the first ingredient in here is citrulline. Citrulline converts to arginine. There's a precursor to nitric oxide that's helpful pumps and dirt, blah blah blah. And then 6 grams is a good dose. Moving on, like I can't do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know, so um, I'm doing it right now. It's fun. I like helping other brands. So, eventually I'll have to help myself. But for now, it's a good job. It's paying my bills. And yeah, so in terms of reviews, I think that's set. That's kind of like a big part of FI. It's a free service. If you can call it a service, it's a free thing that we do.
Yeah.
Brands don't have to pay for reviews. You certainly can't pay for a good review necessarily, or you can't pay for a good review. um, we do have one service where it's like, if we like your profile, just looking at it, and we can get behind it, we'll do an ingredient breakdown of it. Those are paid for. We're honest about that. Reviews are not paid for. Like ingredient breakdowns, like deeper dives, educational articles, those are paid for. Because
Yeah.
we go a little bit deeper into like the trademarked ingredients and studies behind them. So
Yeah, and
it
all that
requires
information's over on the website for a
yeah.
better understanding.
And we do keep it simple. That's usually my biggest thing. One of my favorite quotes is I think it's from Albert Einstein. Yeah, it is. If you can't explain it using simple words, you don't understand it well enough. So like let's take bioperin for example. It's black pepper extract, source of piperine. It inhibits an enzyme called CYP3A4, and there's a bunch of stuff there that's to the average consumer, you're not helping them if you use that type of language.
Yeah.
If you say anything like that, at the end of the day, it may help with absorption for some ingredients. That's really what it breaks down to. You know, citrulline converts to arginine. Like what's arginine? Oh, arginine. Precursor nitric oxide. All this stuff. The main part is it helps with blood flow and pumps. Nitrates help with pumps. Um, so yeah, basically reviews are going to say the same. Very
So
simple,
yeah.
straightforward, honest.
So if you would say if someone was to be going and looking to find information on supplements in general, a good detail is with Fitness Informant's website and their blogs and all that stuff to be very detailed and very normal English for people to get a complete understanding to know where to target themselves, where they need to go.
Yeah, yeah. We call them competitors. They're our friends too. You know, like Fitness Forum, we kind of have a personality. Ryan's a personality.
Yeah.
If Ryan's a very big personality.
He's been
Um,
dancing a lot lately on his wife's IG reels.
I wake up with a cringy stomach from that, but hey, good for him. I couldn't get on camera. I'm just kidding. I couldn't get on camera and dance. Um, Yeah, so we have personality. We have not that other sites don't have personality, but Ryan's big on the social media, making it fun,
Yeah.
making it interactive, supplement news along with like some honest reviews because Ryan's a bodybuilder, I'm a gym bro now. Um, uh, you know, Price Flow is going to be very big into the ingredients. We respect their content. They do some very deep dives in the ingredients and all that. Like they'll link like 50 studies to like one ingredient. I'm like, wow, I found one or two, you know. Um, and then you have Supplement Snoop, Justin. I'm great friends with him. He has a great app. Recommend checking him out too. He brings another perspective to it. Um, Stacked is more of like a magazine. You
Yeah.
kind of read it. Like you don't have any fitness information because Fitness Informant, people call us a review channel. Like we have fitness like content on there too, like educational stuff.
Yeah.
Like free ebooks, a macro calculator, an ingredient guide. So it's not just supplements and reviews and news, which obviously is a big part of our content, but we do have like fitness education on the site.
Yeah.
So, we want to expand that more, especially now with COVID dying down. But yeah, we'll see where that leads. But yeah, plenty of fitness information there too.
Yeah. Speaking of the C word, C19, um,
Oh,
just protection.
I don't want to get you banned here. So
Well, I'm on. This is going to be on Rumble, so we're
I
cool with
don't.
Rumble. That it's the Y tube competitor that's free speech and all that stuff. But basically, bringing that up, what can you say? What could be like the best thing to do if someone's being sedentary? Their gym has been closed; they're now open. And some of the gyms are announcing now here in California that you don't even have to wear masks anymore, which should have been get go because that was against OSHA standards, anyways. Because the amount of oxygen you're inhaling is very unsafe with wearing a mask. So going
Uh,
back to coming back to normal and bringing your life back to normal from being sedentary from the COVID stuff. What can you say people should do? Is the first thing to getting back active?
I mean, even during COVID, well, yeah, for me, luckily, the gym I go to, the Metroflex in Oceanside,
Yeah,
it was only closed for like 2 months, and then he fought to keep it open, even got arrested. So I never had to really I never really missed my gym. I'm still more sedentary because going outside sucks. I hate wearing a mask in stores, but I'm pretty introverted now anyway. Especially with my passion for video games coming back. But
was that a hint?
um,
No.
as far as you know, I mean, during COVID, you should have at least taken some walks because it was never illegal to go outside and take a walk for yourself.
Yeah,
That was something which is tough too. Like, trust me, I had weights here. I have like 200 pounds in a barbell here. I could not get myself to use it. Like, I hate working out indoors or at my own place. I need a gym.
yeah, yeah. I'm the
But
same.
set a routine. Have your make your Saturday your walking day. Like, I'll start your day off with a walk. Have a set routine in place that is you can keep. Like, obviously, gym's open now. Go there, use it, abuse it. Go there as often as you can. Enjoy it. Um, but you never know if it's going to get taken away. I don't think it will, but you never know.
Especially here
Um,
in California, we don't know.
yeah, exactly. Make sure a lot of stuff that you can do, you can still do without it. Like, walking outdoors is still very, very possible. Even during COVID, like, I could have walked anywhere, even down the street without a mask. I would have been fine. So,
Yeah, you don't know how many times I thought I should become like a roommate of yours or live next door to you just so I could go and work out at Metroflex there and say, "What's up, Louis Aradell, Mister Aradell?" You know,
yeah, hey, props to him, man, for staying open. That's pretty
yeah,
ballsy, especially. Sorry, my ear. Especially with getting arrested and the potential fines and all these
yeah,
people calling the cops on him, like these Karens. Um, props to him. Respect him
yeah.
for that. You know, I haven't worn a mask there in a long time. It was never really part of the policy. He said at some point, he's like, I don't care. Don't wear your mask. Stand up. Not that I get into COVID politics anyway.
Yeah.
I'm usually very neutral online. I don't give my opinion, but I was just happy. Me, young, healthy, um, or at least I think I'm healthy. Me, young, uh, you know, decent shape, especially for the sedentary year we've had. Um,
Yeah.
I could afford to go to the gym with very little risk.
I invested in one of this. This is the Withings thermometer to
Oh,
get
really?
off in your scat. It's $99,
Oh, damn.
and it has its own app, thermo app on iPhone and Android, and you can keep track. I would scan every time I would wake up in the morning. I would reach over on my nightstand, do a scan, let it register to my phone, and then do the same thing when I go to bed. Take it as part of my making sure my temperature because I was so called one of the symptoms. And then I invested in a lot of things. Like I'm going to go over it. It's actually probably by the time this podcast is up, I would go over it the reviewing. And then I got this pulse oximeter from iHealth.
Okay.
It also it's Bluetooth and has its own app, and it syncs with HealthMate, which is the Withings app, and then the blood pressure monitor and all that stuff.
Okay. Well, it's good to know like your health markers too, and
Yeah,
if you're one of the high risk populations, you should take like be more observatory. Me, I'm like I never took a COVID test or anything. I didn't want to get vaccinated, but tomorrow I'm actually getting one. Mainly because some opportunities might require me to travel and travel abroad. Where you absolutely need it. I'm a citizen in Germany, and I want to go back to my apartment one day that I have
yeah,
there. So I'll just suck it up. As long as I don't die from it, I'll be good. I don't think I
yeah.
will. My dad survived it. I should too.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. We
Yeah.
bless you, man.
If I had any
Uh,
wood here, I would.
what you should do is probably just go to like the local CVS pharmacy and get some antibodies tests just to make sure first.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's only like $38, so
Oh wow,
But
that's I didn't know not know. I've like I've never had interest in. Even if I got COVID, I think my parents got it because they were in Italy when it started to break out. When they got back, after a few days, they got really sick.
yeah,
It was bad, but they didn't know what it was. And then, I was around them for a bit at the beginning, but as
yeah,
far as I know, I never got sick. I actually have not. I've had a cold. My last cold was 5 years ago, somewhere around there, and
yeah,
my last flu, or what I think was a flu, was like wow, 10 years ago now. I just never get sick ever.
yeah. Do the antibody test first before you inject yourself with that gene therapy treatment that
Okay.
they're marketing as a vaccine, and
Oh
they're
boy.
and they're bribing people to take it with money and Krispy Kreme donuts and beer and all that stuff around the country, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, that's something I don't agree with. That's I'd rather I
Yeah,
mean, hell, make it a Chipotle meal if anything, because you can make Chipotle healthy. You can make
no, you really wanted El Pollo Loco.
that. Pollo Loco is good, but there's the options there. Well, there are some healthy options there, somewhat healthy.
Yeah,
Chipotle is very easy to make healthy, I find.
yeah. So I had another question real quick before I let
Yeah,
you go.
oh, you
Uh,
can ask me plenty. I thought we just started.
Actually, unfortunately, I do have a limited time with this,
Oh, okay.
meeting, for
Okay.
the free version.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
what was I going to ask you? Shoot, it just slipped my mind.
No video games, right?
No video games. Shoot, I'll probably have to get you on IG again, but that's too late for this video. But anyway, so yeah, basically we're out of COVID. Everybody's getting back to normal. Oh, um, the stack health. That's what I was going to talk about, like the immune. I know I did a little bit of research. The company Nutribio Labs.
Yeah.
Um, I went on. They have a page on their website, on their main website, just for everybody to know. And I guess it's viewable also from their mobile version of the website that is linked straight to their immune. And with this immune, we're just talking about the virus that with it. A lot of people like myself didn't get the virus because of our immunity, and that's what they're saying. If you like, exercising is key to that. It builds up your immunity and your endorphins, and it keeps you going.
Yep.
But also taking the necessary supplements that can aid in helping with your immunity if you don't get it in your natural diet, like eating broccoli or spinach or kale or what have you, or taking your the best pure omega-3, which is algae oil, because that's where omega-3s come from, as algae. Basically,
I saw
I
you ask that on Fitness Informant once.
yeah. What my point was is that they have a whole stack. They have just some capsules that are called immune. They have the first response. Did you take the first response from them?
Yeah. Yeah. Oddly enough, I felt weird getting it because I'm not a first responder, but I did get a couple tubs of it. But yeah, I did try it. I mean, it was basically just a very plain, health product.
Yeah,
I don't like make any claims on immunity because there's so much there.
yeah,
I mainly took it because I saw the N-acetylcysteine and the vitamin D, which two ingredients I'm a big fan of. So that's what I liked about it most.
yeah.
Um,
And I know part of the thing was zinc was good for things, and
zinc.
magnesium, but like below 150 milligrams of
Yeah,
magnesium.
there can be issues if you take too much zinc. It can inhibit the absorption of other minerals as well. So,
I think
some people can take in too much, especially
yeah,
during
50
cold
milligrams a
times.
day. I think is what the tolerance is or tolerance level is.
I always forget, man. Like, does any of these have the daily recommended value on there? No. This one doesn't have anything. God damn it. Uh,
Nothing's
you know,
right in front of you, man.
yeah, vitamin D. Yep. Nope, nothing. I mean,
Oh, was that a kind of a plug for our boys Dan and Ryan there?
no, I just happen to have an empty can here. This is actually the bad one with not bad, but the acetyl carnitine one, so it tastes
Yeah,
a little
this
different than the Carnipure.
this is not for me to take, but I got this free container of
Is that EHP?
multivitamins. No, it's EHP,
Okay.
Australian company.
I've never
From
seen them come out with anything good off the top of my head, personally.
they're from Australia. This is a woman 60 capsule once daily multivitamin that I got from my local nutrition store that I've been helping out. And you see me post stuff on.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good, man. That's good. I like to support my friends. I've developed a good relationship with Dan and Ryan.
yeah,
When COVID happened, playing video games at night, uh, I was playing Warzone with Dan and Ryan like every single night for like
Yeah,
months. That's how I developed a relationship with them. So sometimes COVID kind of made us a lot of people closer.
yeah, yeah. So and I know they just had a release today with their ocean water
Oh yeah,
amigos and legend.
oh yeah. I saw Legend this morning, but their Bubblicious is just too good for me to like stay away from.
I want to get it, but then it's a pre-workout, and I have like I didn't even buy the CG pre-workout until the next
Yeah, I
day.
didn't get it. I didn't get it. Usually they send me everything, but I didn't get it. So
Yeah.
assholes. But I'm just kidding. But I did get the new ocean water. But I'm like, I'll
Yeah,
just try Bubblicious.
I restrained from getting the CG legend because I only got the focus and the protein, and I refused the legend because not just I don't didn't want it, but it was the fact that I still have like 4 containers of legend, and I want to burn through my inventory before I look like a ghost, lifestyle warehouse.
Oh yeah, I have way too much stuff here from every brand. Like I get stuff sent to me all the time, and now I'm just looking at my stash back there, and I'm like, God, man, like do I give it a? I don't know. It's all gonna rot.
You can't really give it away because it's concealed, it's open, and people will be reluctant to say
Yep.
take an
I
open
I
package.
could like my friends, but it's like, is it disrespectful to the company that they sent me this free product to try out and then I just give it away, you know?
Yeah,
So, it's at this point I have so much stuff. I usually just stick like now lately it's just been Ghost Legend V2 because I'm tired of like 350 milligrams of caffeine in every dose of every caffeine product I take.
yeah,
I'm a big caffeine addict. So
yeah. I could tell by the empty can of Ghost next to you.
yeah, that'll be 1 of 5 today.
Are you
I'm just kidding.
serious?
I'm just kidding. No, no, no. I can take them. I take roughly, yeah, I can get about a gram of caffeine a day on some days. But not that I recommend it,
Yeah,
but my tolerance is very high anyway.
yeah.
So
That's what I thought last night because I had a can of adrenaline shock that I bought at my local Loop store, which is like LOOP, which is like an AM/PM here for Shell stations, and I got the can for 5 cents.
hey, that's a
So,
deal.
so I
Deal of the
took it.
century.
Yeah, so I
Value
took
10 out of 10.
yeah. Uh, out of 10, the value, yeah, 10 out of 10. Other things, probably not so good.
Hey, 5 cents. Can't beat 5 cents. So
Yeah, it's an RTD drink too.
you
So it's
probably
not,
make money if you recycle it, right? Don't you get the money back?
yeah, so I could break even.
There you go.
It's
Hey,
basically got it
that's
for free.
that's that's above a value. That's free.
Yeah. So basically so yeah, I was talking about the immune stacks and all that stuff. So I'm working on getting some of that immune stack, but and I know I could simply just go on to nutribio.com and and purchase it with them, and I don't know any other athletes for discount codes or anything like that, but I'm waiting for my store to get it in because I know they're a NutriBio store.
That's
So
good. You can
and they
support
also
them.
have the new Unbound brand
Sounds
too, and that's good.
great stuff.
That
Great
stem,
stuff.
that unlocked stem is just kills you. Man, it makes you sweat like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their fat burners sometimes like, oh man, I'll probably do cardio here later, take a scoop of that and just let the GBB really hit me.
yeah. So basically, the RTD drinks that I usually go to is Ghost,
Same
uh,
here.
and I don't think I have anything just to support the store in their inventory because the way they got a cooler, they got it from I don't know if I should say this, but they got it from Coca-Cola brand called Rain.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Fine.
subsidiary of Monster, and then Coke owns them
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Yeah.
And
That's public knowledge.
yeah, so basically they got a refrigerator, and they had like I don't know like 30 cases, and the whole refrigerator is stacked with just nothing but Rain, every single shelf. And they can't do anything else for like the first 30 days, and then they ordered 3D energy drinks because I told them to order that, and they'll be like unique to the area to not have nobody else has 3D around here, and they order it, and they'll start it. There, people are coming in after a little bit of knowing about 3D being there, and then I told them, say, oh, guess what? Ghost Energy is coming out. They're like, who? Ghost? Okay, cool. Because we can't get
Gotta get
Ghost
them.
supplements in, but
You
Ghost.
have to carry Ghost energy drinks now if you're a store. I don't like 3D energy since you mentioned them. I've never liked any of their flavors. Like I've never been like, wow, I definitely want to buy another one of those. Where when I had Ghost Red Berry, I was like, I could drink this every day.
Yeah, I can't wait till the Ghost Bubblicious comes out. So,
Oh, you're
oh,
gonna see a lot
oops,
of hype from Ryan. Oh,
no, it's public. The image was published last.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, I thought like we the stream ended or something. But
No,
no,
no.
no, it's public. Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna see a lot of hype from Ryan because Ryan loves their bubblish. I like it too.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be better than Red Berry for me, but I'm sure it'll come out tasting good. I visited Ryan or the Ghost Crew a couple weeks ago,
Yeah, I saw that.
and they didn't have any bubblicious for us to try out, but there were some other really cool, awesome stuff coming from Ghost. Uh, Soon, I can say soon, but or in the future.
Hydration.
Um, Not even just that, just stuff I can't even mention. Certain
Yeah.
flavors or products that are gonna really do very well. Let's just say that, like
Okay.
industry, like very industry changing would be a good word.
Okay.
They're always cooking up something good there.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they
So,
are. So I can't wait till the Dan's favorite flavor of hydration comes.
um, so how's the immune going? Go back to that.
Yeah.
Um,
The immunity stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of their immunity stack, and I try to get my store to order a lot of the immunity stack, and I said that'll be key for a lot of their business there if they were to actually promote and have an actual immunity stack instead of just multiple vitamins for different stuff, but something just dedicated just to one's own immunity.
oh yeah,
You don't really see too many stores, especially like GNC, doing that, and we don't know what the future of GNC is when they go into Walmart.
they
So
have an immune stack there, but a lot of the times the employees aren't as educated on them.
I don't know if you heard that thump. That was
No,
my
I didn't. No,
okay.
I didn't.
I just knocked over my weight scale.
The easiest way to stay healthy is to just be active and
Yeah,
eat healthy. You don't necessarily need any. Well, this goes for all supplements. You don't need any of them. They can certainly help, have their place. It can be fun. That's why I take them now. But like this looks very basic, like first response. Just looking at it, it's got the 600 milligrams of N-acetylcysteine, which I love. I'm a
yeah.
big fan of. The vitamin C, which everybody touts as the immune stuff. The immune ingredient and vitamin D has some good research behind it. The zinc, selenium, copper. It's very straightforward. Does more than enough. I would take it if it were just straight N-acetylcysteine, but it makes for a better option than orange juice for your breakfast.
See how
Because it,
thank you for that, and just because we got a little bit of time left, I just got a warning here. My time's about to expire.
oh,
But basically, if you want to get more information, like what G just popped on, like you said, they can follow
oh,
you. Fitness Informant,
I
VP.
analyze stuff without even being asked.
Yeah. So like that. And also fitnessinformant.com. You can read more of his writings over there and review and products and more in depth and at more of your leisure. But yeah, G, I want to thank you for taking your time out on this Wednesday and coming
Of
on to
course.
my show.
Yeah, sorry it took me some time, but I have a lot of things going on now.
We all do,
But
man.
I'm down to come again if you ever need a guest. So yeah, more big news coming from me in the future.
Okay, and then the
The
next
near
time
future.
maybe we could try to get Mr. Ryan Buckeye, Mr. Daddy, coming on
Oh
here.
yeah, Ryan's at Country Fest, probably putting some Skull in, probably drinking a beer, and who knows, maybe he'll even smoke a cigarette.
All
Listen
right.
to country music. Ugh.
All right, thanks again, G. You go
All
and
right.
have a great day.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for having me on.
All right, take care.
Have a good day.